Pick a move in the ring. You can hit me with a word you fling.
Hi, what's up, everybody? It's Nick Atkin here. I'm in Phuket, Thailand. I'm at Bangtao, Muay Thai and MMA. I've got a very, very special guest over here. He is the champ, Alex Volkanovski, over in New York City. What's up, Alex?
What is happening? Yeah, New York City. We're here just soaking everything up, doing a bit of a media tour. So, just showing off that belt a little bit.
Yeah, last time you won against Brian Ortega, I saw you doing shoeies out of, the NFL in the Raiders Stadium. Is it a little bit more low-key this time, the celebrations?
I didn't get too much time. Like, we literally left the next day in Jacksonville to come here. So, we're already in New York. So, I'm just back straight to business. Had a big night after the fight, celebrated, obviously. But, now it's just, back to business and do what we've got to do,
Just media tour then? Who you been speaking to?
Yeah, a bit. We've got a busy schedule, so we've got a heap to do. We're here in New York and we go to LA. But yeah, man, got plenty to do. We'll even go see some baseball games and try and watch some basketball, do what we can. But so we're going to obviously enjoy a bit, still enjoy like a little bit of maybe a holiday / media tour and all that type of stuff. So we'll try and fit in. We'll stay busy, try and fit in as much as we can while we're here.
All right. Well, yeah, as you say, you're busy, so I won't keep you too long. But I just got to talk about that incredible performance from you. You beat the hell out of the Korean Zombie. Are you tired of proving everyone wrong? I mean, not proving everyone wrong, but you keep proving you are probably the best, if not the top 2 pound for pound in the world. Yeah, man, it's good. And obviously, people are starting to really recognize that. I'm not really trying to prove anything to anyone anymore, but people are starting to really jump on board. You know what I mean? I'm feeling the love and obviously feeling the hype, and a lot of people are going nuts about it, and they can see that I'm on a whole other level. I've been saying it, I've been talking about it all week, 5 week, and telling people, like, a lot of people already knew that, but more and more seem to be like, oh shit, yeah, this guy is the real deal. You know what I mean? So they're just going to keep jumping on board each time I do it, because the next time is going to be even bigger and better. Yeah, I was just speaking to George Hickman right here yesterday. He was saying, every time you go out there, you prove it, and a few more people jump on board, like you said. But he also said that maybe before you were perhaps too nice, and he told you, stop being so nice. And do you feel like that's been something that's really helped your recent evolution from, right to the very top? Man, I've always been nice, and I always will be nice. I'm still nice, like still friendly and all that type of stuff. But, man, one thing I just don't, I'm not so worried about offending people. Because, I'm not the type to offend people, you know what I mean? Like, so, I always was sheltered and I was worried what I was going to say just in case people took it the wrong way. Now I don't care. I'll just be me, you know what I mean? Because I know I ain't offended. And if people get offended, that's on them. That's not me, because I ain't trying to offend nobody. I'm chill. I'm cool. I'm friendly. People want to take things I say offensive, then that's totally on them. So, and you can see that freedom and that carefree sort of vibe I have now. And I'm just being me, so it's a lot better because I get to show my character, and people are really, really loving it. And and again, I've nothing but positive vibes, so it's all good. Yeah, and you seem to show your genuine character in a quite emotional moment at the end of that fight. When you hugged the Korean Zombie as you two were leaving the octagon, without telling us exactly what was said. What was the sentiment behind that? Well, man, it's just, again, he's a legend of sport, and, you go out there and you do your thing, but at the same time, it's all respect. Martial arts has always been about discipline, respect, and all that type of stuff. So, you share the octagon with someone, usually there's a mutual respect, you know what I mean? Even if you guys hate each other, there's always ends up, you'll notice a lot of guys that have beef, it's squashed after they go and punch each other's head in for the fight, you know what I mean? So there's always a respect, but then when you respect each other already, and you're pretty friendly, respectful guys, you have that even more respect. So that was something that, again, I felt bad for the guy because, again, I know it's that was probably his last chance, and I know he would have been really hurt from it, not only physically but mentally, knowing that, he went out there and just did not have an answer, and obviously he would have felt a little embarrassed. But I mean, at the same time, I want him to know that no matter who was in front of me that night or from now on, they're going to look the same, and I don't want him to take it too hard. You know what I mean? Because I plan on doing that to all my guys, all my opponents. Yeah. I mean, what do you think his legacy is then? If this is his final fight, what's the memory of the Korean Zombie for you in the? He's still a legend. He's a legend of the UFC, a legend of the sport, a fan favorite.
You know what I mean? He's one of the legends of this division. Just wasn't the champion. You know what I mean? And we've had very dominant champions in our sport. So, that's no discredit to him for not being a champion. It's just you got to see he was always just under the champions. Like, he was at the top of the game. But look at the champions that there was. And he was there for 3 champions, Aldo, Max, and myself. So to be at the top and be just under them champions that whole time through 3 of the UFC featherweight greatest fighters, and to be just there, that's still saying something. It's just he never got that title, but it doesn't mean he ain't a legend. It doesn't mean he can't fight. It's just there's been absolute killers at the top holding this division, and that's why it's going to be hard for a lot of these guys. And we're in my era right now, and it's obviously going to be tough for whoever wants to take that belt from me, or whoever wants that championship status, which I'm sure they all do. But it's going to be hard when I'm in front of them.
Yeah, I think it's tough for everyone in the Alex Volkanovski era. Who do you think is next then? Because there's a few people in your division in top 5 are a little bit difficult position for them. Calvin Kattar, they both got losses to Max Holloway recently. Max Holloway has 2 losses to you. Who you think? You said after the fight, they've got to prove they deserve the shot. Have you got anyone in mind you think is a front runner right now?
Well, there's a few of them. There's a few guys that, again, they're just one fight away. At least there was a couple of guys that try to take that fight. Obviously, with Max, they try to go there and earn that number 1 spot. So you got to give them credit for doing that. But I mean, again, you've got all these other guys that, want to fight given to them. Try to fight get a shot given to them, but just go get that number 1 spot, man. It's that easy. Because again, otherwise, I'm looking elsewhere. I'm looking at lightweight titles, maybe money fights, because I don't need to keep this division alive. I'm doing my part. The rest of the division need to keep they need to keep it alive. They need to be the next guy. They need to be, we need to have these guys. We need to have contenders that want that number 1 spot. People screaming their name again, because if not, that gives me time to play around, have a look, flirt with a couple of ideas. I never said I wanted to do that stuff, but I mean, right now, if the division's going to chill for a bit, all right, I'm going to look elsewhere for a little bit. But there's a lot of guys that are very close, just there. Go and take that number 1 spot and you get it.
Yeah, there's one guy, especially who's calling your name very loudly, and he's just re-entered the Usada testing pool. Henry Cejudo, former double champ. What do you think of this? Are you taking that seriously? Have you responded? I haven't seen you clap back on social media yet, but are you interested in that fight?
Oh, man, look, I'm not, obviously there's a few people asking me about it. That's the only reason why I even know about it. I'm not taking it too serious. A lot of people are, but I mean, every time he says stuff, the good thing is at least you guys want to see that, so that's sort of good to know. Again, I want to make the right fights for the right reasons. The fact that you guys keep bringing it up, I'm surprised you keep taking it serious with how long he's been doing all this shit, and you guys will take it serious and nothing happens. Take it serious, nothing happens. Take it serious, you know what I mean? So I'm surprised you guys are still listening to it. But again, man, if he does truly show, but if he goes, I don't think he deserves a title shot straight away. You know what I mean? He's been out of the game for a while. He's retired. He was a bantamweight champion and a flyweight, which is great accomplishments, but that doesn't mean you can't. But again, as I've been saying, if there ever was a time to flirt with ideas like that, maybe it is now. You know what I mean? But because we're waiting to see who earns that number 1 spot, but I still think he's in the same position as some of these other contenders. They're probably 1 fight away. I don't think he needs a couple of fights. I think he just needs a feeling out featherweight fight. He goes there and dominates. He'll get a title shot for sure.
What about Aljamain Sterling then? Is he more deserving as the champion than Henry Cejudo, who may have to come back and prove himself with a win?
Nah. Look again. Look what's happening now. I haven't talked about moving up, and you got to earn that double champ status as well, right? You got to earn the chance to move up. And you can't just have one title fight, you know what I mean, defense and expect a double champ status, expect to get that opportunity. Not that, again, obviously I feel like I'll definitely dominate that fight and things like that. But I mean, even getting that opportunity, you need to earn that opportunity, just like I'm trying to earn my opportunity. I've had 3 defenses now. You know what I mean? Look at the guys I've taken now. I'm in a position where I can at least call for that. But you didn't see me calling for that one fight into my title reign. So, yeah, I think things like that need some time.
So you feel if you would say to go up, challenge maybe Oliveira or something like that, you more deserving of that given the tenure you've had in featherweight?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I think I've done all right. You know, you're taking out all the goats in my division and you know, legends of the sport and number one contenders. Like, you know what I mean? I've had the free title defenses now. You know, so you know, we're dominating them. So it's definitely I definitely believe I deserve that shot, and I think a lot of people do. So a lot of people are talking about it. So we'll see what we can do.
All right, then. Final message to everyone. What's the rest of 2022 got in store for Alex the Great?
Well, I said I want to be busy. NFL week, I've been talking about 3 fights. I'm in pretty good nick. My hands and feet are a bit sore, but I'm planning on getting back in there soon. So hopefully we can get that fight in Australia. You know, they're looking at August maybe. So get that fight in Australia, defend my belt on home soil. That's exactly what I want, and I think I deserve it. So we could do something like that, or at least fight in front of a home crowd would be great. But I want 3 fights this year, so expect a busy year from me and expect greatness. I said before the fight that you'll see greatness in there. That's exactly what you're seeing, and you're going to see one of the best mixed martial arts artists the world's ever seen in the years to come.
All right. It's hard to deny. Thank you so much for speaking to me, Alex.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you so much.